guys, this episode we're going to be setting up GitHub Actions for continuous deployment. So we're going to be specifically looking at deploying to Heroku when your tests pass and code has been merged into your main or master branch. And we also can use the same approach to deploy to another host like Hatchbox or Cloud66 or anywhere else. So I have a Hatchbox deploy action that you can use as well. You'll just basically swap this out with the deploy to Heroku step when you get to that point. So let's dive into setting up our GitHub Actions. Now here I have the GitHub workflow file. We have it set up to run on all pull requests for branches and then push to the master branch. Now you just want to rename this to main if you're upgrading to have that as your default branch. But I want to point out here that we have a test job that runs on Ubuntu latest. It sets up Postgres, which is a dependency for our app, and then it checks out our code, sets up Ruby and Node, and then it sets up our caches for GitHub Actions to run a little bit faster, and then it installs our dependencies and simply runs Rails test. So this is the CI portion of that. It's going to do continuous integration whenever we pull into master or main, or push into master or main, and then all of our pull requests will run this as well. So we can make sure that we are merging in safe pull requests. But to deploy automatically, we need another step in here. And so what we're going to do is set up a second job for this, but we could also set this up as another step for deployment. And so we could simply say this name is deploy to Heroku or Hatchbox or whatever, and this step is going to have an if statement inside of it. And basically, this is going to need to check some GitHub data. Now, you've probably seen the $double curly braces a few places, and these are called variables that are inside of your YAML that are looking for different contexts that GitHub gives you. And there's documentation on this, and the contexts are listed here, where you can access GitHub stuff, environment stuff, jobs, steps, the runner, secrets, the strategy matrix we use to run against Ruby 2.6, 2.7, 3.0. And you can also define needs if you want to set this up as a separate step or a separate job. So what you need to do here is you need to say if GitHub.event name, if it's a push, we want to check and make sure that we're doing this as a push to master. So then we can say GitHub.ref equals refs/heads/master or main. And then we need to run our deploy step. So if we go to the get started section here, we just need to grab this uses and paste that in and put that inside of our deploy to Heroku step. So what this will do is check if we are on a push to master, then we will use the Heroku deploy action. And I've already configured my secret for Heroku API key. You want to grab that from your Heroku account settings and paste that into your GitHub repos settings for actions. And then you need to change your app's name and your email. So for me, it's going to be the Heroku app name, and I have this right here, Heroku CD to-do list, and we can simply save that, and we're good to go. Now, one thing that this will do is actually keep that as part of this job for the test job, and this is going to run that all together, and it will just skip this last step if the event name or the ref does not match. Now, this works perfectly fine, but if you ever made a mistake to this file, you might accidentally push a pull request to production, which would be very bad. So that is something that you wouldn't want to necessarily do. And if we make this a separate deploy job, we can change this and move it into steps here. I guess we need to keep it on the same level of nesting. We'll have steps, and we will have the same checkout step right here. And this runs on Ubuntu latest. And we would just set up this if statement to go here. So if that, and we also want needs test to be finished before we run this, then we can do our steps down here. So what this will do is actually finish running all the tests and then conditionally run the deploy step totally separately, and it will spin up a new Docker image to run that inside of. Now, that's going to be a tad bit slower because it's going to spin up another image, but we're less likely to mess up this portion of our CI here. So I want to be careful to make this separate, but you can totally put it inside of the job above, and that will run a little bit faster for your deployments. So keep that in mind. You can set this up however you would like. So let's commit this change, and then let's also make a change to our nav bar to see a little bit different UI and watch that actually run our deployment. So let's go and add our changes to our CI. So there we go. I made just a little bit different names for these now that it's not running just the tests. And we will commit that. We'll say add CI CD to GitHub Actions. And then let's go into our application.html.irb and change the navbar, say Heroku CD example. Let's do CI CD example. And we'll say commit that, update navbar, and we will simply git push to GitHub to trigger our actions. So now if we click on the Actions tab, we should see that we have a CI/CD step, but you'll see here that we get no jobs were run and we got an X immediately. So you can always look here to see if you made any typos. For example, in ours, we used the double quotes of push, but we should actually be using the single quotes. So if we open up our workflow CI now, we can go make that change. And down here at the bottom, we'll just do single quotes instead. And make that fix. So GitHub is validating this stuff for you. You can also validate online, I believe, in their editor if you wanted, which helps in testing because you don't have to go and make a bunch of commits like this to go fix typo in CI. And you can push that up, and we will see that action should now start running when it receives it. So now we get one queued job, and it's just going to queue up the test job because our deploy job needs to wait until this one is successful. So if this is not successful, there will never be a deploy attempted, and that keeps that nice and separate as the separate jobs. So you'll see deploy added here whenever this completes. So now that test is completed, you'll see that deploy is running, and it's just going to set up that Docker image and then clone your repo and then deploy your code to Heroku. And whenever that is complete, this will be all green and everything will be updated on your site. So there we go. We have that completed. It's green with a check mark. Our entire GitHub action is good to go. And if we refresh, we now get our Heroku CI/CD example on our Heroku app, and we didn't have to git push Heroku master or anything like that. So that is awesome, and that really takes care of everything that we need. So let's test one more time against a pull request. So let's check out a new branch, new navbar, for example, and let's go into application.html.erb, and we'll add a 2 to the navbar. So if we commit and push that, we'll see that there are no actions started for it until we create a pull request. So let's update the navbar, create a new pull request, and we'll see that GitHub Actions will be triggered. And we'll see that just a second here. There we go. It's going to set up that as a pull request event, which will not match our deploy job. So if we keep an eye on this, we'll see that it will only ever run the test job and never the deploy job. And that way we can make sure that pull requests do not accidentally deploy our code. Then you will see that deploy was skipped. And if you highlight or hover over that icon, you'll see this check was skipped. So that is a way to set that up so that these run conditionally on just deploying to the branch that you want. So that's it for this episode. You can replace the steps for Heroku with the steps for deploying to Hatchbox, or you can build in your own steps and create your own GitHub actions to deploy anywhere else that you might like. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will be talking about building more advanced GitHub actions for testing in the next episode. I can't wait to talk about that, but I will see you guys then. Peace.